Is it safe to come out of the bunker? Are you sure? She says it's safe to come out of the bunker, folks. Can we do a live stream? Is that okay? I can't stream from the bunker? Oh man, why can't I stream from the bunker? Smash staff says I can't stream from the bunker, folks. She's like Hitler when it comes to live streaming. She's holding me here against my will, folks. I'm trapped here. There's nowhere for me to go. I must forecast space weather and do news crawls on Wednesday afternoons. All right, we hope the AC's running in your bunker. And give us a minute here. We'll be right back with some news crawl content. This is what's trending, etc. here at the Smash News Network. Least busted name in news. And if you've taken the time to join the stream, why not take the time and leave a comment? And thanks for the hair advice, Robert. Yeah, I showered 20 minutes ago, but thanks. Yep, that was on purpose. You know, grunge is coming back, folks. Grunge is coming back. So, you know, you may want to be ready for that. That's why I have the full Amish. Now let's talk about hairstyles, as a lot of people have very bad, outdated hairstyles still to this day. I don't know what's going on with it. What's up with hairstyles? Let's see. Let us know your favorite facial hairdo in the comments section. So, let's see. I think one of the most ridiculous ones ever is called the Flavor Saver. It's when you're cleanly shaven, except for this little patch below your lower lip. Just the Flavor Saver is one of the most ridiculous ones. I'm sure there's some guy that has one that's like 3 feet long. Some guy's probably had his lip ripped off by some kind of a drill press or something because of having a 3 foot long Flavor Saver. I decided to do the full Amish because I can't stand how ridiculously I look with a I mean, if you really want to make yourself look silly, folks, grow a mustache. Grow a big, giant mustache. It's a mustache is like a parody of itself. It's an amazing thing. So yeah, I've got the full Amish, and I almost got rid of it just today, folks. I almost got rid of it just today. So it's a secret as to what's going to happen next with this hairdo. Oh, check it out, folks! My gnarled elbow. Yeah. It's it's the aftermath of a little bit of crashing a week ago this past Saturday. It was suboptimal. I didn't really take that much damage, but if I crashed again in the same way, it would be bad. I don't know what would happen. And of course, I rode home from the crash. I was only about a couple of miles from home there, three or 4 miles, I think, from home. Somebody gave me an ice pack. That was quite good. That was quite good indeed. We may send that nice homeowner some team socks when they come back in stock at the sponsor shop. So yeah, it was perfect. And yes. Thanks for the hairdo advice, but we don't take advice or chase fads. We set trends. And of course, when you look as silly as I do, as much of the time as I do while pedaling a bicycle, you take good care. You stay fully aware of the fact that you do not look cool. Now that logo might look cool, but on the bike, you ain't gonna look cool. I mean, it doesn't matter what you wear. If you wear a snowmobile suit, if you dress up, if you dress up as a float in the Mummers Parade, the Mummers Parade, is it its own parade? I don't know. Whatever. If you dress up like a mummer on your bike, you will not look cool, and you will not look cool if you have a skin suit on for a time trial either. All right, continuing right along here, let's take a look at some weather stuff. Yeah, weather stuff. We've got two separate systems of clouds over the tri-state area right now. Two separate systems. Because you've got low clouds and you've got high clouds. That will confuse people a great deal. So you have two very different air masses hanging out there. And I'm not going to get into it because it'll get me into the weeds of chemtrails and geoengineering really quickly. So let's zoom out to give it a minute. And there's some ice for sure. That is about, what, 5 meters? Something like that? $185 inches of snow. All right, anyway, back to the satellite. Do an even farther zoomed out view here. And of course the argument will be that those are chemtrails at the edge of the ocean there. They're only spraying over the ocean, right, folks? This is a good day for chemtrails. Because you have real weird cloud formations on the edges of these systems. Because you have pressure gradient eddies, as you can see. So the blue might even be more. All right. Of course, you're getting air piling up there. Much more moist air from the Pacific. And I think it's on the hot side, isn't it? Anybody know if it's anomalously warm? I can't remember. I do not pay attention to these things. So big temperature gradients there. At least anomalously warm water by LA. It's like a giant urinal, folks. I mean, look at that. That is that seriously just the LA River? I think that is the LA River. Dag. All right, anyway. There's the full sea surface temperature anomaly, Pacific Ocean. And yeah, we're not really here to talk about this stuff anyway. We're not even here to talk about the sun. So we're doing a news crawl here. So if you've got news stories that you'd like the Smash News Network, least busted name of news to comment on, let us know in the comments. I've got a series of things to talk about, such as unintended consequences. Yeah, unintended consequences. So let's consider some of those. Unintended consequences. Are you able to think a thing through before doing a thing in response to a thing? It's very important to consider all of the possibilities, right? Not just some of them. You know, future implications, as there are all kinds of proposals to do this and to do that. For example, let's see, what about geoengineering? What do you think about that? That's a fun one. What do you think about geoengineering, folks? You think these proposals by certain people would be wise things to undertake in mass scale, or do you idiotically believe they're already going on in mass scale? Let us know in the comments. Man, oh man, check out the Saharan dust. We were showing this on this morning's video, but it's pretty sweet. All right, it's chilling a little bit here, but there's still a big cloud of it out there in the southwestern Atlantic. Also a huge amount off of the coast of Africa there. Fertilizing, is that La Réunion? I'm not sure. My geography's not that great. I don't memorize the locations of these things. You know why? Because I can look them up. If I go to the place, I'll know where it is. Anyway, that's what's going on with the jet stream, by the way. But again, this is not really the point. So we're going to do a news crawl. So are you wondering what's trending on Twitter? Well, I certainly am. So now I'm going to talk about it, whatever it happens to be. So this is called jumping in waist deep to the weeds. So if you're viewing the video in live format, or if you're viewing the video in syndicated format, leave a message regardless, because we still may respond to it. Anyway, trending on Twitter right now, when I press explore, when it says for you, we've got, let's see, Sussex Police, National Bikini Day, Climate Scam, that's Bidenomics, Secret Service, Anna Kasparian, Andrea Mitchell, White House, Google Docs. Oh, geez. Yeah, these are some great things, and I'm sure none of them will get the channel's content demonetized. Of course, we certainly won't be able to do anything to get this live stream demonetized, because in checking, I've noticed that it's already been demonetized. So, also, we've, at this point, already requested a review, which will take an undisclosed period of time, up to a week, perhaps more. We've got about 30% of our live streaming content remains demonetized for no discernible reason. Continuing right along with the trending topics, and of course, now I'm less likely to refrain from saying whatever I want. However, YouTube does a good job of getting people to self-censor. So that's always great, because then people don't even know what they're allowed to say and what they're not allowed to say. So thanks for that, Google. That's always appreciated. Pardon the sarcasm. You suck at your job. So those are the trending. For me, it's trending. All right, Sussex Police. Here comes a story about that. Yeah. Yeah. Why are they in the thing? Sussex Police refused to attend shoplifting and assault. What? I don't know what this means. Some 6'3" woman with bright red hair and a black crop top. A black crop top. She may try to escape by sea. What? Okay. I guess some crime occurred in Sussex. Police investigating sexual assault on teenager by 2 women in Burgess Hill. Yes. There you go. Looking for a 6'3" and 5'9" woman. Did I raise quotes? Don't try to gaslight me. There are 7-foot-tall women out there, folks. Don't be a sexist. Be a speciesist. A speciesist. Don't be a sexist or a speciesist. AI will shadow ban you if you're a speciesist. I believe that's... Is that a Larry Page quote? Larry Page, quote, AI will ban you from the internet if you're a speciesist. Elon Musk has agreed that he is a speciesist. He's admitted to this bigotry against artificial and other species. All right, so let's see. So that's what's going on. There's been some kind of buffoonery going on in Sussex. That's a thing that somebody's looking for. And National Bikini Day. That sounds more interesting than climate scam, but it doesn't really sound like it's going to feature a lot of content. It's hashtag National Bikini Day, folks. Yay! How many dudes are going to be seen in public wearing a bikini? That is the real question to ask yourself. And something that's immediately brought to mind as soon as I look up National Bikini Day, yes. Never view the upper thigh of a man, folks. The upper thigh of a man is not supposed to be viewed. Even I, a lifetime promoter of the sport of bicycling, will be the first to state that you should never lay eyes upon a man's upper thigh. It's just a thing that should not be viewed. Viewing a man's upper thigh could open the gates of hell and seal the seventh thing, which causes a thing to spookily occur. So never do it. Tell your children about viewing a man's thigh, whether it's completely smooth like a turtle shell or covered with a thick mat of dreadlocked hairs. I swear, as soon as I looked up National Bikini Day, the first photo I saw of people in a bikini featured a dude in a bikini. I swear to God. Next is climate scam. What's going on with that? I'm sure that'll draw some comments. Tony Heller making the rounds. Also Blake Shelton. Utilizing the official Blake Shelton Twitter. Whoever that is. Climate scam takes readers on a captivating journey through pivotal moments in American history, examining how the political scam started and continues to the political climate scam, how it started and how it continues. Now, by the way, folks, I've got a weather map behind me right now, so maybe I should probably state I started doing science about climatology and about ecology and so forth, formally in 8th grade earth science in 1987, and I've been studying it informally since. So it may be important to realize that there are some issues with the understanding of climate variability. I'll leave it that vague, yes, I'll leave it that vague. That'll be fun. And a question that you may ask yourself is, does and can mankind control the weather in large scale? Do you believe that Bulgarians firing surface-to-air missiles at thunderstorms are large-scale weather modification? Do you think that one crop duster flying over fields and dropping silver iodide to divert a thunderstorm from a field of crops is large-scale weather modification? Let us know in the comments. Moving right along, let's take a look at some imagery here, because I see a great opportunity. You see, because we've got some splentacular weather patterns here. And we've got some great views on the visible satellite from the GOES West. So this will be a prime example of the sizes of things. Let's just say that. The sizes of things. So that's your zoomed out view. I'm just trying to find a good spot here. because these areas where you have a mixture of pressures are the prime areas where people think that there's something occurring through the forces of magic. All right, what do we have here? This is a good one. Oh boy. What are we going to do now? We're going to show a UFO on the channel. This is real weird looking. And this is going to zoom way in, folks. I have no idea what this is going to be, by the way. And it's probably a fall streak hole. It's probably an area where there's a cold weather eddy poking down through the clouds. You can see like a wave emanating too. Pretty funky looking though, indeed. So that's where the mobile HARP base is, folks. That's tell Dutch Synths, quick, send Dutch Synths an email. There's where the mobile HARP base is. It's a speedboat with a HARP base on it, folks. That is about the extent of the herp derps that you will hear talking about weather phenomena on the internet. It's pretty out of control. All right, here's a great spot over here at Baja, California. Oh, that's a good one. That is a good one there. You see right here, somebody turned on the HARP base, right? That spot. All right, let me put this on full screen. I wish I could zoom in farther on the water vapor map. Sadly, I can only zoom it. Let's see. I can only zoom in this far. Is that going to be... That's okay, I guess. All right, check this out. Oh, dag. I don't know where I zoomed. Yeah, tell us in the comments where I zoomed. To quote Butthead from Beavis and Butthead fame. All right, I got it. You can see much drier air moving in there. That's water turning to vapor. So you've got much moister air to the northwest and much drier air to the southeast. Also, you've got winds that are accelerated because of the ocean, which affect the mixture. Whoops, there we go. And of course, where you have the pressure gradients is where you have the cool weather features. As there is a vertical elevator of both dry mass of air and moister, warmer air. Anyway, check out the DAPA. There's a lot of showers here right now. And I think we're going to get hit again. Are we going to get hit, Smash Staff? I think we're going to get hit by more T-storms. If it doesn't affect my riding, folks, I don't necessarily forecast my own weather. I know more about what's going on in space weather than I do on Earth weather. How about that? All right, let's see what else is trending on Twitter. We'll show the U.S. Doppler radar map as a value-added service. Most of our viewers are the U.S., so let us know if you've got a preference for some other map. We'll consider it. right after we consider sending your soul into the river Styx. All right, so let's see what else we have here. I'm going to press explore on Twitter, and then I'm going to say trending. It's going to send a bunch of nonsense. All right, White House. White House. White House. Is it because of white powder in the White House? Let's see here. I've heard stories. Has somebody heard stories of white powder in the White House? You know, the nose candy variety. The Devil's Dander. No, not the band. Not the band that we're about to start in the coming 3 months. No, not Devil's Dander, the band. Devil's Dander, the substance. You know what it is. I'm not allowed to say it. Or am I? All right. Jeez, okay. Yeah, that White House. You know, stuff just blends in. That's probably what happens. You know, you get talcum powder or some other carcinogenic agents all over the place, and you can't tell it's there because it's a White House. And not a China White House. I think, well, maybe it could be China White. Who knows? That's fun. Yes, fun stuff. Ah, yes. The China White House. All right, so what else is trending here? Dr. Shelley Carbone. And that's, of course, historian of military medicine, MD, formerly Trump White House, not to be confused with pageant queen. Opinions do not reflect those of the Department of Defense. Just so you know. That was the first thing I thought. I was like, oh, the one from the pageants? No, the one from the Trump administration. Duh. And that her tweets don't reflect the DOD's opinion. Yeah. Oh, okay. I thought she was a spokesperson for the DOD, whoever she is. Anyway. Oh, these are just people I should follow. Also, President Biden I should follow, apparently. All right. I'll take it under consideration, Twitter. I'll take it under consideration. Maybe I'll follow Obama and Elon Musk, too, eventually one day, if they have anything interesting to say. Continuing right along here, let's see. What do we have? These... I mean, what are these trending? I thought it was better than this. Trending? White House, National Bikini Day. Number 3 is Dirk. Dirk? Why is Dirk Dirk? How can that be trending? Good God. If your name is Dirk, leave us a comment. And check it out. It's Busta 7. Yes, by the way, we are seeing your comments here. So thank you for leaving them. It's a great way to keep your soul from being cast into an ever-deepening and darkening abyss of doom, destruction, and weather modification Doppler radar. Yes. I'm Batman. If anybody tells you online that they're Batman, folks, remember that the first rule of Batman is go tell people publicly on the internet that you're Batman, right? Shout out to the angry video game nerd. The angry video game nerd, James Rolfe, if you've ever heard him. If you like bad video games, if you like good video games and hate bad video games and like critiques of bad video games, go check out the channel for sure. James Rolfe is the first channel that I ever watched extensively. In other words, I think when it first came out, I think it was just about only angry video game nerd videos, and they were hot. I mean, these things had millions of views back in the late 2000s. I started watching it in like 2008, and I've watched every angry video game nerd video. Not all the channel's content, because they put out a lot of content, but the angry video game nerd videos, are fantastic. So yeah, shout out to James Rolfe. James Rolfe, who said, "I'm Batman." All right. So what else do we got here? What else do we have? White House Dirk, National Bikini Day, Scott Baio. Scott Baio's like campaigning for Trump or something, probably, right? Or let's see, what has he got? Trump names Hunter Biden as his running mate. Oh, wait. Trump names Hunter Biden as his running mate so the DOJ won't investigate him. That's a pretty good meme. That's a pretty good meme. Trump nominates Hunter Biden as his running mate so that that's pretty funny. That's pretty good. Yes. So how things been going for you folks? Let us know in the comments. It's been an epic couple of years on planet Earth. It's been just really enlightening, you know? The year 2020, it was like the year of perfect vision. Isn't that just special? Isn't that special? Yes, we used to play a pinball game called Terminator 2 Judgment Day. And the souls of many of our foes were cast into that game's abyss of deep darkness. However, many souls were also retrieved through the... I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm just making up nonsense. Look at this sacred geography. Everybody watching this, make sure you behold the sacred geography. Yes. Circles, triangles, squares, dodecahedrons, tetrahedrons are all sacred geometry. But do you see that? That is a map. Thou shalt know it for all future times as sacred geography. Depictions of Earth. It's 2022, folks. They're controversial. Show me photos of the planet. Well, right there, some. But that's fake. Because you're the believer of a deceiver. Is that what I am? I like talking to myself, by the way. It's super fun. This is how you write a script. Thou dost believe lies. NASA doesn't have any interest in convincing people the planet is a sphere. That is CGI. All digital photography is CGI. Water always finds its level. Yes, it does. That level is perpendicular to the source of gravity because it fills up whatever container it's in, hence finding its level perpendicular to the source of gravity. How can water stick to a spinning ball? Can I wet a tennis ball and hit you in the face with it? That doesn't count. Your soul doesn't count till it's cast into an ever-deepening and darkening abyss of Operation Paperclip and Operation Popeye. Fire suppression systems are geoengineering. No, they aren't. Plane de-icing systems are geoengineering. No, they aren't. Plane icing systems are geoengineering. No, they aren't. Planes dumping their fuel are geoengineering. That's just regular pollution. Mankind controls the atmosphere using contrails. To a tiny extent, making days cooler and nights warmer via the albedo and the greenhouse effect of clouds. Get a booster. Boosters have nothing to do with conversations about clouds and planes and things. Passenger airliners are spraying chemicals. You mean jet exhausts? No additional spooky chemicals. Spooky ones. So passenger airliners are spraying spooky chemicals in the troposphere in order to what? Reflect the sunlight and prevent global warming. Is that what's happening? Is that how that works? I think you might just not understand atmospheric physics and aircraft. Don't you realize NASA was funded by Nazis? Yes, but that's neither here nor there either. They had the best rocket technology back then, and if they had better glue, they might have won World War II. Your soul is glued to a butthole. Anyway, you get the idea. This has been a simulation of standard conversations in comment sections on Facebook, sometimes even on Instagram, but certainly on Twitter, and many, many times on YouTube, and a few times a week on BitChute. So, I mean, BitChute keeps itself alive just simply by providing ridiculous comments, because I don't even know if I would keep uploading otherwise. It's so pointless. BitChute. And by the way, we actually have agreed to put up Rumble content. I mean, we've got some perfect stuff to say that we can only say on Rumble. It's just that I don't really care. I mean, I feel like it's going to take forever to get anybody to realize the content's there. So, we'll put stuff up there. We'll put stuff up on Rumble. Don't worry. It'll be a thing. Will it be good? I have no idea. Yes. So, by the way, just to reiterate, aircraft producing contrails in the troposphere, those are not geoengineering, and those are not chemtrails. Chemtrails, just for clarification, chemtrails are like a global scale effort to, for some reason, spray chemicals into the troposphere. And there's all kinds of variations of this, so you're painting with a broad brush when you say chemtrails. Let's just put it that way. You're painting with a broad brush. So, when we say chemtrails, we're talking about a large-scale operation to do something. I think it's just for, once you get to the depopulation agenda, when you get to the depopulation agenda, you can now blame that for anything. So whether it's any kind of incompetence or anything like that, you can say people to say, well, they just did it. They just did it to make life more dangerous for you on purpose. And for some people that's probably true, because some people seriously think there are too many humans on the planet, which I just find patently ridiculous. But I'm not even going to get into the theories behind that. I just think that if various idiotic decisions wouldn't get made the way they are, there would be more than enough resources for everybody, and then some. So it is a common complaint, right? Because ultimately the complaint that everybody has, both sides of politics, is the complaint that resources are not allocated as they would prefer to see them allocated. Right? I mean, isn't that the fundamental argument over basically everything? The game of chess was invented to stop people from jousting, basically. Because kings realized that it was an idiotic idea to beat each other up when you can just figure out who's got the strategic smarts. Just play chess, make a huge bet based on your land, based on, all of your resources, and then take a bad deal if you lose. Pretty easy, not too hard. Would you rather pay somebody taxes or fight to the death? Seems like a logical thing. So, they were talking about, what was it, the 1300s? Chess was invented, something like that. The earliest accounts of chess. Anybody know? I have no idea, but I'm willing to look it up for about 40 seconds. The history of chess. According to Encyclopedia Britannica, it was invented at the same moment that your soul emerged from the deepest, darkest abyss, a tributary of the River Styx. Chess was invented in 1977? What a scam! I'm older than chess! Alright, just kidding, folks. It's not even from Europe. Chess ain't even from Europe. Did you know this? There is no credible evidence that chess existed in a form approaching the modern game before the 6th century. All right, there you go. Game pieces found in Russia, China, India, Central Asia, Pakistan, and elsewhere have been determined to be older than that, are now regarded as coming from earlier, distantly related board games. So anyway, the 6th century. 6th century, man. So the 500s. Son of a bit turn. By the way, that's a real thing. I'm not making this up. A bit turn? Son of a bit turn. Now that's some real ornithology nerdness. A bit turn. It's this wading bird, kind of like a heron, that pretends to be a reed. It like points its face. It's painted all like a reed. See what I'm saying? That's a good one. The bittern. Son of a bittern. Do they even have sons and daughters? They come out of eggs. I guess so. I mean, they have like cocks and hens. Yeah, cocks and hens, folks, or something. What is a fowl? Is it something else? I don't know. I don't know. But those things, keep them away from your goldfish, folks, because they are waiting around to go eat them. Anyway, I ain't no goddamn son of a bittern. Is it like a super slow news day or what? Because I don't see anything interesting trending. Let's see what's going on. Oh, turns out the galaxy is imploding, folks. The galaxy is imploding. All right, that's something. Let's see if we have any weather effects over the U.S. I guess not. Oh, yep, sure enough. The galaxy is imploding, and you can see the effects right here on the Gulf of Mexico. There you go. So, whoops. Darn it. I was hoping the galaxy wasn't going to implode today, but sure enough. Guess it's time to go back to the bunker. Do you think I can stream for another maybe a half an hour? Because I was going to stream for like a half an hour, but I don't know now that the galaxy is imploding. So, do you want me to I guess you want me to talk about like why the galaxy is imploding? This is a common thing that we get. I mean, there's part of it. That's the Cygnus arm. All right. We'll talk about why the galaxy is imploding. I mean, I'm spooked of it, but fortunately, people like Eugene and I, Eugene the philosopher from YouTube, we're on the job to make sure that that we're aware that the galaxy is imploding as soon as possible, so that you can worry about it as much as possible as it implodes. So you're welcome. You're welcome for that. Just figuring out why the galaxy's imploding. You freaking plebes. What are you, a cosmology plebe? What are you, trying to find dark energy? What are you worried about, the Hubble constant and the measurement of redshift? Oh my gosh. Your cosmology is so 2023. Man. I didn't say 2023 Q2. 2023 Q2, 2022 3 Q. Smash Staff looks real mad. I don't know why. She's mad at YouTube. So is it because YouTube's software barely functions? Is that why? Oh, all right. Apparently somebody's comments got to... Oh, there's been a controversy in the comments. All right, nice. So, by the way, we don't moderate our comments. Let me just share some facts with you here. We don't delete anybody's comments. We don't ban, mute, block anybody from commenting. And so, we've had multiple complaints today about this. And it's a feature that we do not use. We give everybody a moderator wrench so that we can identify them as somebody who has previously commented on the video. And then we tell them not to moderate the chat. So if somebody's mysteriously moderating the chat, please stop, as we don't delete comments. And the only people with full mod are Smash Staff and me. Everybody else is just a limited moderator. And believe me, it's very limited. So, just so you are aware of that, I have to say it like every day, we are free speech purists on the channel. So, we don't want any legal speech limited in any way. Eventually, when people talk nonsense, they'll just let them say the nonsense and then come up with a response to the nonsense, and they'll probably talk themselves out of it. But yeah, just so you're aware of that, we do not delete comments. Never have. None ever on the channel. So we actually encourage people to troll, because I find it hilarious that that folks think they're gonna like hurt my feelings on the internet. It's so sweet. I love it. So anyway, let me get to the chat here as I'm trying to get through the comments. I've got two different places where I can see them, but it's... Anyway, what Smash Staff was saying right before she left in a huff was that there are issues with, I guess, comments being deleted or something, but we're not deleting the comments, so I don't know how it is happening. But somebody, maybe YouTube, is monitoring them. So yeah, that's oh geez, yeah. There's no way she deleted all those comments. I don't know what the heck went on with that, but she definitely did not delete those comments and time them out. So I don't know what happened there. Sorry about that, Robert. But yeah, I don't know. Let's do the full water vapor view for once. We usually don't show that. And let's cut to the full what the hell? Cut to the full disk water vapor map for once, as it's totally sweet and we never show it on the channel. So let's show that. As the water vapor map will show you what all those mysterious things with weather are actually doing. It's not from the harp bass. Oh man, when I hear Dutch synth saying that's a harp ring, that just warms my heart rings, and it burns up people's piston rings. Because that is bad. Oh, it's harp. Yep. Nope, it's regular weather. Just regular weather, folks. Weather does some weird stuff sometimes. And, if if you want to understand how it works, it's not that hard if you understand that map right there. That map. So, yeah. All right. So we've got a request to talk about Fukushima. So Fukushima's gotten the okay by the Nuclear Atomic Energy Agency to dump a bunch of irradiated water into the Pacific or something. I am not that concerned about it. But if they do it, it's going to cause havoc, as it will be the marine equivalent of chemtrails. So, everything will be irradiated. Somebody's going to find a sunken treasure, and they're going to store it under their bed, and it's going to irradiate them or something. They're going to turn into Swamp Thing. And what is going on with the sun? We've got letters forming. And type in Golden Cat Productions. You'll hear some tracks, some original ones, if you press play, I guess. Is that how it works? You press play. Yeah, that's how it works. Let's see. What does a human have to do to get music into their brain? They press play on a thing, and then a thing vibrates, and then air vibrates, and their ear vibrates. Yeah, that thing. Do that thing. Go to Spotify, type in Golden Cat Productions, or YouTube Music. I mean, it's on YouTube Music too. I guess I should probably advertise YouTube Music, since this is a YouTube exclusive live stream. So there we go, YouTubemusic.com. I'll just type in Golden Cat Productions. Don't enjoy that. Maybe I won't be right back because it ain't playing. Okay, it looks like a little intermittent internet outage. There we go. It's Stacker Do by Golden Cat Productions. BRB. Thanks, YouTube. Doing a fine job there. Just playing Rush for no reason. Oh, man. So, I mean, of course, I would endorse that track. However, it's not our music. The Golden Cat Production, a fine job. A fine job. All right, so we're going to head to, since the Twitter was so pathetic with the, oh man, Twitter was just, that was a disaster. That was completely unhelpful in any way. The trending topics on Twitter, just ridiculous. And what surprise is it? What surprise is it? It's completely crippled now. The software is the most crippled that it's ever been in Twitter's history, probably. It's... Ah, yes. All right, I'm going to play another Golden Cat Productions track to try to calm myself down, because I'm about ready to snap and start, you know, breaking computer equipment with a 2x4 and things like this, or with a +4 quarterstaff. I don't know. Oh boy. All right, let's try this again. We're going to play a different Golden Cat Productions track, and this time I'm not going to flip out about it. I will make sure that I avoid the autoplay feature. This one's called Le Tour de Chance Spade. And I don't mean amphetamines. And I can't play it on Spotify without downloading an app, which means I'm not playing it. So just play it on YouTube Music. Right? That's a brilliant idea. Just type in Golden Cat Productions. And you'll find a whole topic. It's got a whopping 16 subs. Here's a track called Journey to the Center of the Hearse. And here's not the jingle of an ad messing up the track. Be right back. this song should be called Dorky Kong. It's very ridiculous. Yeah, it's very the gimmickry of the name, and it's almost like the kind of cheesified music that you'd have around that time in video games. Some of the tracks are cooler than other ones. So let's see what other news stories we've got going. We'll go to the ever popular the CBS site. CBSnews.com is the tradition. Let's see what's going on there. All right, so CBSnews.com. The lead story is GOP leaders seek special counsel probe into Hunter Biden whistleblower claims. Republican senators say IRS officials violated anti-gag rules to protect federal employees. Whoops. Huh. How do you like that? The government says be quiet and make sure everybody is quiet, and they actually comply. How do you like them apples? That's fun, right? Yeah, that's super fun. Gotta love that. Hey, how about integrity doing your own job? What's that? No? Oh. Well, why not? Anybody noticed a little bit of anybody noticed some issues there recently when it comes to integrity? Some problems? I think there might be some problems. All right, CBS News stories. So what's up with the shark attacks? Shark attacks around New York. 50 sharks spotted at one beach, but we're told they're sand sharks here. I haven't seen any identification of what kind of sharks. I suspect they're probably something like bull sharks. Bull sharks really common in attacks, including ones that are really far upstream in fresh water, in fact. The bull shark, everybody. Shout out to the bull shark. Do not bite me. I will stab you if you bite me, bull shark. And of course, by the way, if a shark should attack you, make sure you attack his snout, the tip of his nose. It's very sensitive. Just punching him there makes him go, wait a minute, is this prey? They do not like it. So, all right, are we still live? Too much ice cream eaten. Too much ice cream. Is anybody familiar with the correlation between ice cream and shark attacks? Ice cream consumption and shark attacks? It's because sharks love dairy, that's why. You didn't know this? Sharks love dairy, folks. Pardon me while I unwind my mic, which has turned into a twisted, messy nightmare. That's better. Anyway, all right. So, what other stories do we have here? Let's see what's going on. See if we have any. Let's look at some science stories because there is zilch going on. I mean, of course, there's sensationalism, but maybe we should go to Reuters and AP. Insect superheroes. Oh my gosh. I don't know why I'm using Microsoft Edge, folks. For some reason, I decided to use Microsoft Edge to do the news crawl. And it is Let me play another track here for you. This is called Your Soul. I'm just kidding. There's no track called Your Soul. This is called Red Button.
What if you could do SEO?
And this track is actually about when the guy presses the red button to nuke the planet and all the nukes start getting fired. This is the track that is the thought that he has as he presses the nuke everybody button. This is the 5 minutes of thoughts that he has in less than a second as he presses the red button. The red button. You know the red button, right? The one that gets carried around and, you know, a guy opens a suitcase and somebody just presses a red button and nukes get launched. I think Kim Jong-un actually had a legit red button. Is that a thing? Does anybody remember that? Didn't Kim Jong-un have an actual red button? That's some amazing shit. An actual red button. Like he had like a fire nukes button. He made somebody design this thing for him to sit on his desk. That's a good idea. Yeah, I gotta have my nuke button. Colonel, I pressed my nuke button today and no nukes got fired. What seems to have gone wrong? We're sorry, great leader. We were cleaning the engines for maintenance at the time. They didn't launch. All right. So, by the way, we're wondering if mind undermining themselves to a degree beyond which you can undermine them. Right? If somebody is doing more damage to himself than you could do to yourself, just let him do the damage and then go, now then. Taking good carbon and making it into better carbon. Plants. Yes. You know what all plants also do, folks? Get this. When plants are at nighttime, right? When plants aren't doing photosynthesis, guess what they're doing? Cellular respiration. They're consuming the glucose that they made throughout the daytime through photosynthesis. And then they do the same thing you do. They consume glucose. And they put out carbon dioxide. And they inhale and use oxygen for cellular respiration. So there's that. All right, so let's see here. What do we have going on in the comments? Yeah, I don't know what happened in the comments there. Smash Staff, here's the story from Smash Staff. She says that her device locked up and she couldn't do anything, and then a bunch of comments got deleted. So she doesn't delete comments. So I don't know. She doesn't need to be supervised. She understands what the brand is about, and she behaves accordingly. So, anyway. Alright, what do we have here? Yeah, so this track has been Red Button. The breakdown of this one, if you listen to this without me babbling about nothing on top of it, if you listen to this track by itself, it's got a serious breakdown. Although it is a fairly crude track. My God. Tell me you didn't say that. the heck? Alright. Yes, and we apologize if there are technical difficulties regarding the chat. I don't know what went on with that. Anyway, here's a track you may have never heard before. It's called Settle It. I think. Alright, anyway, we're all doomed. We're all doomed. Space is very scary. Get back to your bunkers immediately. And we'll have further instructions later, like what to put in your bunker, what our average commission per bunker. Thanks to everybody who's left so many comments. And thanks for leaving a comment. Be happy. Which reminds me of Bobby McFerrin. All right. So Clay, make sure you, or Evan Clayson rather, make sure you remix. Don't forget to remix the videos, or remix. I like to mispronounce things as long as they're mispronounced in a way that would be accepted on Jeopardy, otherwise known as Jeopardy. You see. Yes. Mispronouncing words on purpose. Deal with it. What's that? You're mad because it's 420? Deal with it. I'll mispronounce words all I like. And cheers, by the way. We hope you're enjoying summer so far. This is a glass of the souls, by the way. You can see it's full of dark energy and dark matter. Oh, nose. So make sure that you follow all of my instructions on bunker depth. Kimberly has stated in the comments, and thanks for leaving a comment as always, Kimberly. Kimberly has stated in the comments that she is going to get the word craftsman tattooed right across the forehead. Craftsman. Because what she has stated is that she is the tool of tools. So, when you're that much of a tool that you have a lifetime warranty, you should be replaceable. Yes, that's right. Be replaceable, folks. You think I'm kidding? Huh? You think I'm kidding? I challenge you. I challenge you to get me to convince you that I'm not only not kidding, but correct. That you should be replaceable. Do you have the top job in the universe? What's that? No? Then you should be replaceable. Because if you're irreplaceable, you can't be promoted. And if you can't be promoted, how could you philosophically obtain the top job in the universe? That's right, it's impossible. So don't be irreplaceable, be replaceable. Write down how to do your job so you can tell your colleagues right before you resign. Because then you'll be qualified to do your boss's job, probably. Because your boss probably has no idea how your crew does its job. So that's a message to all incompetent middle management figures out there. And I'm sure to all of our viewers, you might have seen some incompetent middle management figures out there. I don't know. I've been a middle management figure myself, but I haven't been an incompetent one. Which, by the way, isn't good with respect to upper management. And let's do a thing. Oh, look, your chats. They are there. But we're not showing that. We're showing this. CGI. You see, the sun is telling us directly, here at the Smash News Network, Least Busted Name of News, that it is made out of CGI. And it's all fake. And right here it's spelling out the letters. Before your very souls. Gond told me to tell you. G-O-N-D. Gond told me to tell you that the sun is not real. It is a fake simulation by NASA Nazis. And the whole reason we're drawing your attention to it in the first place is because it is all CGI lies. It's all CGI lies. All right. Yes, that all of the world's astronomers, they've all colluded. None of them are interested in the real science. They're only interested in tricking you into this, that all of that stuff is real stuff. That's my... Hey, be quiet. That's my favorite argument about space stuff. Because space stuff is weird, and people have different interpretations of what's going on with respect to the space stuff. All right, that's kind of important. Not agreeing on what's going on with the space stuff is how you figure out what's going on with the space stuff, right? Because one guy goes, well, here's a thing, and then another guy goes, but that thing is not a thing because this thing. See what I'm saying? And then through what's called open dialogue, because you're not a psycho, you have a conversation about the thing, and then the next thing you know, you make progress. You go, but it can't be this, but it should be that, but it can't be this, but it should be that, and so on. You rule things out. You use a process of induction and deduction. I know, it sounds crazy. Only a total lunatic would use induction and deduction to figure out a scientific problem. Except that that's all there is, so you definitely should use induction and deduction to solve a scientific problem, because ruling things out and ruling things in is that's how you. By the way, don't crash your bike, folks. We're going to make a video, I think, about crashing bikes, and if my elbow looks horrifyingly bruised, it indeed is, because I went down on the Saturday before this past Saturday, and it wasn't my first rodeo, and it wasn't my favorite rodeo. So yeah, I love that CGI. Oh my gosh, the sun is spelling out letters. Look at that. I mean, have you ever seen anything like that before? The sun is freaking spelling out letters, folks. It is. What does it say? It's is it GI? It stands for government issue, right? So I know what this is. All right, I've got a theory on this, folks. Let's cut to full screen, because you bastards, you can't shut down the Smash News Network, these busted name of news. This stuff's going to get out there. So let's talk about what's really going on. GI? You ever heard of GI? You know, like in the Vietnam conflict, the U.S. troops were referred to as GIs. So, you know, one of the common chants was, "You die, GI!" Right? And this is what's going on, okay? The sun, realizing that mankind is taking over the universe, because not only can it control Earth's weather, it can control Mars's weather, and it can control how many children Elon Musk has, and it can control the market price of gold. So since it can control all those things, it can also control the universe. And the sun is saying, GI, you died, GI. So that's what's happening, right? Hold on, let me and by the way, my opinions are not necessarily the opinions of the Smash News Network, these busted name of news. I say what I want, and the news can shove it up its cornhole, or whatever bunghole, urethra, whatever hole it has to go into, its pores, nostrils, whatever holes, all the holes, whatever holes, two of the holes, however many holes it has to be, all the holes, it goes in the correct holes. All right. Anyway, here's what it is. Yeah. You're talking. It says GI. So that this is not good, because it's saying GI, and then all that's left. Are we still even streaming? Are we back? Do we exist? Do we exist? Oh, okay. Yeah, all right, we still exist. As a stream, do we still exist? I don't know. Yeah, that's That's fantastic. What do we have? There we go. Get that crap off of there. So there you go. It says, see, it says, it's about to say GI die. I don't know. I'm spooked by this. Are you spooked? Let us know in the comments what you think. It's the sun is writing actual letters, right? Like, look at that. This is GCP. That's what it's saying. It's saying G, C, P. Because the productions are behemoth. So the P is like, it includes the coronal hole and active regions because the productions are behemoth, like this one. Seriously though, it's writing letters. I've never seen active region lettering before, have you? There is like literally like a couple of letters there. In fact, I should call... I'm not going to do that. Oh, look at that. That's absolutely insane. All right. Do we have any more comments? Because we do have a CME impact coming. That's always nice. And hey, maybe we're getting some insight into heliophysics here because there could be some interactions going on that are not yet well understood. We're about to actually do some stuff and maybe make a video about it on the channel. Oh, look, a flare's happening too in the, at least a CME up here. So I'm going to take a look at some recent data at certain times because I think there may be some stuff hiding in plain sight. So this is what happens when you have supercomputing power. If you don't know how to write the code for those supercomputers, you don't know what to program them to do, right? So if you don't know what you're looking for, you might not find it, basically. It's kind of serious. And so there's some data that we're about to pour through, and some lunatics, some blasphemer lunatics. I'm just kidding. He's not a lunatic. We're not lunatics. We're trying to come up with plausible theories. So, but yeah, there's a lot of data is the point. And we've probably already got more data than we need to solve sort of all the mysteries of the universe, whatever that means. And I suspect there will be implications to human technology. But in any case, whether or not there are implications to human technology, it may not even matter, because if you're not allowed to know about the thing or talk about the thing or exist in proximity to the thing, then does it really matter anyway? It's one of those things where even if you have access to the thing, if it's completely unuseful to you, is there a purpose to make it exist? So, all right. Do we have any other comments that need answering? And by the way, thanks for chiming in, Mr. LaFollette and Ms. Nichols. By the way, one of my pals from high school is called Nichols. And I'll close out the live stream with a hilarious story about this guy, because there was a hilarious story that happened. Just making sure we have reception before I tell the story. So Alan is he's an interesting character from the high school days, the mid 1990s. And anyway, the one time we were on a ride, we were driving around, joyriding around with my buddy, and it was 3 of us in the car. I was in the back seat. Those 2 noobs were in the front seat, and the one noob, the passenger noob says to the driver noob. The passenger noob says to the driver noob. He says, "Pull over right here. Park right over here, on the side of the road." And Alan says, "Park my fist in your face," and then does not proceed to park there. And that was just a great moment there. That was something that you'd see in a movie. It was just, park my fist in your face. Just poetry in high school angst. So good. So anyway, that is where I'm ending this stream. And let us know in the comments what you think the sun is spelling out here. It might be trying to say Golden Cat Productions. So just so you know. Is it saying Golden Cat Productions? I wouldn't be surprised in the slightest if it was. Check it out. Here it is. It's G C P. Right there. There you go. Golden Cat Productions. If you don't like it, your soul will be cast into a thing at the place where the dudes are not nice about the stuff that they do with the thing at the place. There'll be a thing at the place where the stuff is, where the dude is. Ooh, you'll be spooked. All right. Any other news stories to cover? Can anybody report on anybody being struck by a meteorite directly? As this is actually a thing. I think somebody was actually hit by a meteorite directly. And maybe we should close out on this. Let's be fatalistic for once on the channel. Since it'll never be now again, why not be fatalistic from time to time, right? Just imagine how teeter-tottering on the edge of destruction you are. Your soul could be cast into the deepening and darkening abyss of the river Styx at any moment. There'd be nothing you could do about it. You would be shattered. You'd be nothing but a shard of your former soul. You'd be cast into this ever-deepening and darkening abyss, with no end in sight, possibly falling for all eternity at a faster and faster speed to a darker and darker place, devoid of anything, even your soul. However, you could purchase a membership at Smash Team, smashandmash.com/Smash Team, for only $2.99 a month. And that silver membership may prevent your soul from being cast into this ever-deepening and darkening abyss. All right. So it's about time to close this thing out. And yes, just so you know, we're not trying to form some sort of a weird cult where we'll believe nonsense. I'm going to keep not believing nonsense. So if you have, let me just explain where I'm coming from as far as this subject, because it is a subject that even the most idiotic noob face can understand. So let me just explain it this way. Have you ever seen the television show X-Files? You know how there's this guy Mulder, who is like, Scully, it's possible that the universe is electric and everything's connected. Everything's fundamentally electric. And Scully would say, but from cosmology we see that that's not a thing, because otherwise grand scale cosmologic motions would be associated with electricity instead of with other weaker interactions as things move around with inertia and things. And so and so that's how we approach things on the channel. We approach things from the perspective of Scully, not because I identify as Gillian Anderson or as a woman, period, but because I identify as somebody who is interested in a good faith understanding of the actual physics, not the silliest proposed physics you could possibly imagine that aren't backed up by any extraordinary evidence, despite having extraordinary claims to be a thing. So, anyway. But it is super fun because occasionally somebody has a question that is kind of profound, and at least if they don't get it answered, they get other people to consider the answer, right? Because that's what good faith science is. It's being able to differentiate the difference between hell and your soul. Oh, wait, it's not that. It's the ability to differentiate between that which is plausible and that which isn't backed up by anything observed in reality. So anyway, if your theory is wrong, if your hypothesis is clearly shattered, you may want to abandon it. But if it's sound, you may want to publish it. Please do. That's sort of the real message, right? Because our finest days lie ahead. You have no idea the technology that's about to become a thing soon. Oh, that's the best thing. We installed a ramp now, so we have a ramp and a pole that goes down into the bunker, which is where I'm going back to. Because I'm spooked by this. So, from the Smash News Network, leave Busted Name and News. Thanks for tuning in to our Wednesday live stream. Oh, and by the way, we haven't deleted anybody's comments ever. We've deleted 0 comments. We've deleted 0 comments ever. So, I mean, raise the alarm bells if you think that I'm some kind of hypocrite, that I'm deleting comments. Not deleting comments, ever, any of them. And I'm responding to some of them by saying, I might be saying you're a moron. I'm still on camera. Now everybody's gonna know I didn't die. All right.